Welcome to the Fit Chicks and Hormones podcast, where we focus on all things midlife, hormones, and how to finally feel good in your body again. I'm Angie, a fellow midlife survivor, here to help you stop guessing and finally get results with hormone smart habits that actually work. Let's get started. What I'm going to talk about today, this is a lesson that I had to learn in my 50s, which was a big shift from what I did in my 30s, right? And then most of you that know my story, I went through all the mold stuff at the beginning of my 40s, which kind of threw me off. And actually everything that I was going through pretty much was perimenopause. Like, I went through it with the mold stuff, and then I was in perimenopause. So for almost 10 years, I just felt like lost and just not great. But then I thought, you know what? I just need to eat clean. I need to work out. I need to walk daily. And the weight would just fall off. But it didn't happen that easily. Especially right now being postmenopausal. I have been postmenopausal since I turned 47, 52 now, so for 5 years. And it's been a rough 5 years. Plus we had the pandemic and all that in there as well, so that didn't help. But I'm sure that you are someone who maybe is feeling like you're doing all the things and it's not working, it's not changing, nothing's shifting, it's not like it was. And if you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, you probably hear all the same things, right? It's your hormones, it's your metabolism, it's slowing down, you're stressed out, you're not sleeping, you need to focus on those things. And yes, you can go back through all of my podcasts, and yes, I will say the same things. Those things do matter. But here is really what you need to know and what needs to be said. The real problem is not your hormones. The real problem is that you know exactly what to do, but you're not doing it consistently. And you're trying all the things that you did when you were in your 30s. Or you're trying all the different things, right? Because there's so many new pop-ups. Try this diet, try this diet. I'm going to share this real quick, and then don't do this. My husband heard about the sugar diet. I'm not kidding you. I think he's absolutely nuts. I don't even understand why that's a good thing. But he's like doing the research. He's listening to the people. But that's the thing, right? There's so many different diets out there that when one doesn't work, we jump to the next one. We jump to the next one. We try to think this one's going to work. That one's going to work. But it's not the diet that's going to work. And so instead of talking about all the things that I've already talked about, because if you want to know what you should be doing, go back into all my podcasts. I've talked all about them, right? Today I'm going to take a little different spin on things, and instead I'm going to talk about 3 things that are actually sabotaging your weight loss efforts. They're keeping you from losing weight. And they have nothing to do with eating more protein or lifting heavier weights. Yes, you need to do those, but honestly, you've heard those things over and over and over again, right? So, if you're tired of doing all the things, trying all the things, and still seeing that scale number go up, then I want you to listen up. This is probably the thing that you need to hear instead of eat more protein or work out. So, okay, the first reason that you're stuck. You're looking for the perfect plan instead of working the imperfect one that you already have, right? We're looking for the perfect thing, the perfect plan, the perfect diet, the perfect pill, the perfect whatever that's just going to make it happen just like that. Because let me ask you this. How many times have you saved a workout routine or saved a workout from Facebook or from YouTube or snapshotted it from Pinterest on your phone, right? Oh, this is going to be the workout that's going to work, right? Or how many clean eating meal plans have you downloaded that I've sent out or that you've got from somebody else on Instagram or Facebook? How many magic supplements, because they're all out there, we see them in our feed, are you thinking about trying because you think it's going to be that missing piece? Here's the thing. Your brain is programmed to seek the new, the novelty, the fun, the adventure, right? Because it makes us feel excited. It wants the shiny new thing, the latest biohack, the perfect combination, or the perfect thing that's going to finally help you lose the weight. But what your body really needs, it needs boring and consistent. That's what it needs. And if you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, you can't be as inconsistent as you used to be. You can't get away with doing great for 2 weeks and then falling off for an entire week and still see progress like you did in your 30s. Believe me, I've tried it. It doesn't work. And that's why I get, maybe I'd say made fun of. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I'm so strict. I'm so consistent. I do the things all the time. People make fun of me because I go to bed early. People make fun of me because I don't eat. People make fun of me because I don't do this or that or I do too much of that. And it's because it's what works for me, right? When we don't see results right away, we move on to the next fad, the next meal plan, the next workout that we think is going to work. But what works are the boring meals. If you see me posting my meals on social media, they are boring. It's boring, the same food, day after day. Just plugging and playing, you're putting in different vegetables, different proteins, but it's same and it's boring. I was just thinking about the other day, like my husband's really into seasonings and taste. I'm like, I don't even think of it. I just think of food as fuel. I sit down, I eat my meal. I don't think, oh, this tastes delicious or oh, this tastes horrible. I'm like, this is feeding my body. It's making me feel good. It's helping me get results. Boring, right? The basic strength training workouts, those are what work. The showing up for a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever, consistently doing the same thing day after day, week after week. You just show up and you do the things. You be present. That's when you see results because your body is happy. It did not care in your 20s. I mean, 20s, no, sometimes I ate, sometimes I didn't eat. Sometimes I worked out, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I partied all night long, sometimes I didn't, right? Your body at this point, you just have to come to this revelation, whatever you want to call it. Your body needs consistency. So, excuse me, you need to stop looking for the next best thing, the next best diet, the quickest way to get the results, and just do the boring things. Eat the protein, eat your vegetables, go for a walk, do the workouts. So, instead of finding the perfect thing, you're going to work out 3 times a week consistently for months and months and months. Or you start eating and you make sure you're hitting your protein every single day. You eat 3 meals a day every single day, right? And you're eating vegetables every single day for 90 days. That's all. The magic isn't in the plan itself. It's in working the plan and being consistent. All right, I'm going to grab a drink here. So that was number 1. Number 2, the reason that you're stuck is you're still trying to be the woman that you were instead of becoming who you need to be now. Let me repeat that. You're still trying to be the woman you were instead of becoming who you need to be now. And I get it. It's frustrating and a little sad. I'm 50. I don't want to give up all the things. I don't want to have to go to bed at 9:30, right? You're probably like sad and frustrated because that body that could eat pizza and stay up till midnight and wake up with a flat belly and have the energy to go and do the things you used to be able to do, you can't do that now because your metabolism is different, right? Here's what's happening. You're spending so much time, energy fighting your current reality, where you're at right now, that you have nothing left to actually work with. So I see this all the time because I have lots of conversations with women. They're saying things like, I shouldn't have to go to bed at 9:30. I don't want to go to bed that early. I shouldn't have to meal prep. It's too hard. I don't want to do it. I shouldn't have to lift weights 3 times a week. I know, I've been there too. I feel the frustration. I know what it feels like. I know there's many Sundays I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to do what I want to do today. I don't want to spend 2 hours getting food ready for the week. But I know that if I don't, on Monday, I'm going to be a mess. I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do to get through the rest of my week. I'm not going to be able to get the results that I'm working towards. Right? And we shouldn't have to do these things. But you do, because that is what your body wants right now. It's just different now. And the sooner that you accept it, the easier the journey is going to be. If you stop fighting it and saying, I don't want to do that, I shouldn't have to do that, and you just make a shift in your mind, you know what, I'm going to do this because I'm going to feel better, because I know that's what my body needs. The women that are getting the most success, they aren't just changing their habits, they're changing who they are right now. They don't just start going to bed earlier. They become somebody who feels like, I need to prioritize my sleep. And that's where I'm at. Sleep is number one for me. They don't just start meal prepping. They become somebody that needs to plan ahead, because then everything else falls into place that much easier. And yep, that's me. I'm that boring woman. But I'm able to lose weight being postmenopausal because I go to bed by 9:30. Well, 9 o'clock, 9:30 on the weekends, right? I don't need to stay up till midnight. I prep my foods on Sunday mornings instead of watching TV or just hanging out. That being said, it's only a couple hours of my day. I still get to enjoy my day and do what I want. I can go out and be social and not have alcohol and be okay with that. I don't have junk food in my house, because food that I may want to have, because then I'm not tempted to eat it. If it's not around, I'm not going to have it. I work out 3 times a week, and if I can't, I go for a walk. But no matter what, I get up and move, and I walk every single day, no matter what. I'm that boring woman, but I'm making progress. I'm seeing changes, and I'm feeling the best I have in my body in the past 5 years. So it's worth it to me. So you need to ask yourself, are you ready to become that person? Because if you're not, it's okay. You don't have to. But then you have to stop wondering and getting frustrated when you're not getting results. The identity shift that you need to make is everything. When you stop trying to force your old self into new habits and start becoming the person who naturally does these things, everything changes. And for me, this is just my life now. Nothing feels hard. Nothing feels like I have to push it. Nothing feels like it's too much. I just do it. It's part of my routine. It's part of my life. I don't feel like I'm having to push it. And if one day I don't do it, that's okay. I move on to the next day. All right, now reason number 3 that you're stuck. The third reason is you're managing the scale instead of managing your day. What does this mean? Well, how many times have you stepped on the scale this week? Right? Are you stepping on the scale every single day? I know I do, but I do it as a gauge, not to tell me if I'm doing something bad or if I'm doing something good. Where am I at this day? Because they can change no matter what. How many times have you stepped on that scale and it's dictated your entire mood? The way you eat that day, the way that you show up that day. If you just say, I don't care, I give up. I'll be honest, I know that when I feel like I'm doing everything right and I step on that scale and it went up 2 pounds, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Or it hasn't moved at all. I'm ready to stop doing all the things. I'm ready to give it up. I'm ready to just throw up my hands and be like, I'm done. I don't care. I'm just going to go eat. I mean, I've said this to my husband. I'm just going to eat junk. Nothing's working anyway. I'm just going to go eat junk. I know that's not what I'm going to do because I'll feel horrible, but I feel that way. And I feel that way a lot. But the scale isn't really telling me what is going on inside my body and what is going on with my overall health. And when you base all of your success on things you cannot control, like your hormone fluctuations, these are happening constantly. Your hormones are going up and down. They're all over the place. If you're still having a cycle, your hormones are really going all over the place. There's so many things that are going to change that number on the scale You drank more water, you drank less water, you ate more carbs, you ate less carbs, you didn't eat enough, you ate too much, you ate just so many things, right? You took creatine, you worked out. The scale is going to lie to you more than it's going to tell you the truth about what you're doing. Your weight is going to go up and down. If I could show you, I wish I would have had it right now, but if I could show you, for those that you can see, my weight does this all the time. Goes up even more and goes down. Like, it's just like a roller coaster that has lots of dips and lots of way up and way down. It never is the same every single day. Never. Your hormones are going to cause you to retain water. Your body's going to hold on to weight when it's healing, when it's rebuilding, when you're building more muscle. You may weigh a little bit more. I weigh more on the days after I work out. It's a given. I'm building muscle that day. The next day I know that scale's going to go up. And I know this because I weigh myself every day and I see that, right? And then I know that. I don't think, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. But the next day it goes back down because that's normal. So you need to stop focusing on what you can't control and focus on, so don't think about that number on the scale. Focus on, did you eat protein with your breakfast? Did you go to bed on time? Did you move your body for 30 minutes or more? Did you manage your stress? These things are also going to affect that number on the scale. Okay, so if those things change and shift and go up, they could be affected by if you slept better, if you slept good, if you're stressed out, if you were sedentary, if you worked out. There's so many different pieces that are going to change that number on the scale. Excuse me. And here's what I'm finding. The women that are making success, the women that are seeing their bodies change, they're feeling better in their bodies, they're not the ones that are saying, did I lose any weight this week? They're saying, what did I do today? And how did I win? And that is a question that I ask my clients every single week. So we can put focus on the things that they did right, the things that they're seeing change, what they are winning at, instead of focusing on what's not working. Because when you focus on what's not working, you just want to give up. When you are constantly winning at any little thing, and you're doing these things consistently, showing up for yourself in a different way at this different age, that's when the weight itself will change. Not when you're just focusing on that weight. You have to do the other things, okay? So, what's the solution? What can you do? Well, think about these things. Did any of those relate to you? Do any of those sound like you, right? Here's what you need to do. Stop trying to lose weight. Stop worrying about the number on the scale. Start trying to become somebody different and focus on other things. Here is some homework. I came up with this. I think this is a really good idea for you to do if you're still struggling with this, and you need to shift that identity. You need to go from being the person that is overweight, I can't lose weight, nothing works, to this is what I need to focus on right now because this is where my body's at. So, for the next 30, 60, 90 days, 90 days would be great, right? Change your habits, shift your habits over 90 days. I want you to write this down. So if you're driving, while you're listening to this, come back so you can write this down. So the first thing is to pick one identity shift. Not a goal, an identity. So an example would be, I am someone who prioritizes my sleep and I go to bed by this time every day. Or I am someone who lifts weights and challenges myself 3 times a week, consistently. I am someone who eats protein at every single meal, okay? So you're shifting to who you are and what you're creating, what you're gonna do. Just one thing. If you want to do a couple things, that's fine, but just one. If you try to fix too many things, that's what's going to get you stuck, right? Because you're trying to do all the things and nothing's working. Fix one thing because we're trying to shift who you are, who you're becoming, and who you want to be. Step 2, you want to define the daily evidence. So what does someone with this identity do every single day? And keep it simple. So if your identity is to prioritize your sleep, you're going to be in bed by 10 p.m. every single night, or as many nights as you can consistently. If you're somebody who wants to lift weights, do strength training 3 times a week, make sure you're doing 20 minutes at least every or 3 times a week, right? Consistently, week after week. If you're somebody who wants to add more protein to their meals, you're having protein at every single meal. Okay? So we created the identity. How are we going to prove that we're creating that, or doing that identity, that we are becoming that person? Because we're having protein every single day. We're working out 3 times a week. We're in bed by 10 o'clock. Then track the identity, not the outcome. So every day you want to ask yourself, did I act like someone who eats all my protein? Or ate my protein today? Did I act like somebody who works out for 30 minutes today? Yes or no? Nothing else matters for that 90 days. Not the scale. I'm eating protein consistently. I'm walking every single day. I'm going to bed at this time every single day. And why does this work? Because your brain stops fighting you. This thing up here controls so much more than you realize, so much more than you will ever understand until you actually stop and take a moment to shift what it's doing. You're not trying to change everything. You're just becoming somebody different. You're building proof of your new identity every single day by creating consistent habits, day after day, week after week, month after month. And as a result, you lose the weight. It becomes a side effect, not a goal that you're so stuck on that you can't see all the other things that are changing in your life. And here's the wonderful part about all this. You actually start to enjoy the process because you're becoming someone you're proud of. You're seeing these changes in your body. You're seeing you make better choices. And that makes you proud because those are wins, and we need to celebrate our wins instead of focusing on all the losses or the defaults that we aren't doing right. Before I end this, I want you to understand that your body is not broken. That's not why you're not getting results. You just need to change the approach that you're taking right now in your 40s, your 50s, 60s, and beyond. So stop asking yourself, why isn't this working? And start asking, who do I need to become right now? Stop thinking, I need to lose 20 pounds, and start thinking, I need to become someone who takes care of herself differently. These are amazing. They feel so much better. Doesn't it sound better than I need to lose 20 pounds? Doesn't it sound better to say, I need to be someone who takes care of herself differently? Stop believing this should be easier, because unfortunately, it's not going to be easier until you stop telling yourself that. So start believing this is exactly as hard as it needs to be for me to become who I'm meant to be. And then it will become easier because it will be consistent. It will become a habit. The women who are succeeding don't find easier ways to lose weight. Because if you find an easier way to lose weight, it's not sustainable. And it's not fixing all the other things in your life that need to be worked on. They become the type of person who does the things consistently. And that person, she can be you. You just need to start acting like her, and you need to realize that that's who she needs to become. So maybe you're listening to this and thinking, this sounds great, but I need help. I need help doing this. As most of us do. This is why women come to me. This is why I have accountability with other people. And it's exactly why I created the 30-day menopause bootcamp. This will give you an inside look to how you can create the woman that you need to be. I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is one thing I always tell when I work with clients. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because telling you to do is not teaching you how you need to do it. I want to teach you, because you know what you need to do, but how do you need to do it differently for your life, for your goals, for your body? So this program is going to show you how to actually become the woman who does the things consistently that gets the results. In the bootcamp, we're going to focus on shifting these things one at a time. The mindset part of it is so important, and it's not like sitting down journaling. It's actually making you think about, how do you feel? What are you doing? How are you changing? What things are happening right now? And 30 days is a great amount of time to see those things start to shift. Because what do they say? It takes 21 days to create a habit. You get an extra week. Wonderful. In the program, in the boot camp, we're going to address gut health issues because those are the things that are making you bloated. We're going to talk about insulin resistance. That is why you're struggling to lose weight. So we're going to focus on that. While you're not getting sleep, that's making everything else hard. The stress management part, that's super important because that could be keeping you stuck, because when you're not managing your stress, your body's not going to let go of weight. It's not going to allow you to feel good. But most importantly, this is where we're going to rebuild your identity, who you are at 55, at 42, at 62, whatever age you are. Who are you right now? Are you the person that's going to struggle for the next 40 years? Or are you someone who's going to make changes based on where you're at? Okay. And here's the thing is, I'm not going to say you're going to take all these foods away and you can't do this and you can't do that. I never want to say can't. We're not going to do the can'ts. But I'm going to tell you and show you what you can do that's going to make you feel better. And when you focus on the things you can do, you're not so focused on what you're not able to do. Not because I'm telling you, but because your body's telling you it's not the time right now. Okay? So if you're tired of not knowing what to do, you're ready to stop feeling like nothing's working, and you want to become somebody different, somebody who feels good, has good flow, lives good in their body, feels good in their body, and you want to learn how to treat this new body of yours, then the 30-day menopause bootcamp is where we're going to make this happen. I'm going to put the link below, and on the podcast, this will be in the show notes, so you can click on that. There's information on there about it. I would really love to have you join. I do have limited spots available, so don't wait to sign up. Registration is going to end on the 4th of July. You're going to be busy on the holiday. You're not going to think about signing up last minute, which is when most of us do it. They're like, oh, that's right. I want to do that program. Oh, shoot. I get many people reaching out the day after the registration ends. I don't want that to be you. Sign up before so you're ready to go. Enjoy your holidays. We're going to start the Monday afterwards. You'll have time during the weekend to just be prepared, but we're going to have 30 days together creating this new lifestyle for you. Okay? So I want you to remember this. The woman who maintains or loses weight in her 40s, 50s, and 60s isn't smarter than you. So that friend of yours that's maybe losing weight, or that person on social media that said, oh, I just lost 20 pounds in 10 weeks, or 20 pounds in 4 weeks, or whatever it's not because she's more disciplined than you. Maybe she just stopped. First of all, I want to say this. She may be using the easy way out. She may be trying the easy things. It's not going to be sustainable for her. But she also she stopped trying to hack her way out and showing up as the person she needed to become. She made changes. She started to be consistent. She started shifting all these things to create that body and that life that she really wanted. So if you want help in becoming that woman, I can help you in that boot camp. The question is, are you ready to stop listening and start becoming that woman? That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. If this resonated with you, please share it with a friend who needs to hear this message, who may be struggling, who's trying all the things that just aren't working. And I would love to see you in the bootcamp. Thanks again, and I will see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. If today's episode hit home, make sure to subscribe to the show and share it with a friend who needs it too. And if you're ready for more support, come hang out with us in the Fit Chicks and Hormones community. The link is in the show notes. And until next time, keep showing up for yourself. You deserve it.